3 without reply. This is becoming a stroll.
Well, my advice... Yes, they did. Honeymoon. I like it because I'm a farmer. So I get loads of scouts. I don't know what to do with the players. So I just use them, or I just use them to play against the Novice Cup, because I refuse to spend money on something that... I can't remember. I saw someone saying it could be a lie, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be. It's not going to be yet. Okay, so you can't view stats. Oh, actually, that's a lie. Hold on. Yeah, so if you look at the team stats, what's a nice little feature, I think, is all the extra information. You can see if someone's defending deep. I think you'll be able to see where they're winning all the ball, and you'll be able to see what type of tactic you might need to play against them. So if you've got a different coach. Rather than trying to watch the play, that should allow you to understand it a little bit better. And also, there are also player stats as well. Oh, actually, I'll score with some midfielders. I'll get a hat-trick with Wonder. So last year, I think it was 500 GP if you're... 500 experience points if your striker scored, or 700 if your striker scored 4 goals or 3 goals and assist, I think it was, which helped you level up your players. I'm not sure what it is for midfielders, but we can find out. See if they've changed it at all.
He's a bit unlucky in that instance.
That has faded wide.
He did so well to exploit the space down the middle there. That gave him a clean run through on the opposition goal.
Yeah. So also the shoulder, the jostle button works quite well, and that's something I was really bad at. I mean, my button is really broken, so.
Chance to shoot. Can he find the finish? Yes, he can.
Also, somebody told me if you run to the corners, you can celebrate.
Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time.
Well, I would think this one is possibly over as a contest. They know they've already reached cruise control, and it's a case of the right game management to take it from here.
Okay, individual match record. You can also look at these stats are great, I think. See where players are playing. Hello, Bradley Wiggins. So I mean, this. I don't think you can look at. Yeah, so you can look at the opposition players as well, so you can see where they're playing on the pitch, and you can change your tactic accordingly. I still think it'd be absolutely fantastic. I do. Maybe you're right. Yeah, no, I think you are right with the movement side.
That gets things going for the second half. That's a throw.
I don't know if it was laid back. I thought it was really rushy. I hated the fact that it was, that the whole defensive side worked like it did. Okay, so I think if you double tap. No, I don't know how the attacking instructions work, I'm sorry.
Looks like a good ball through.
So just, that little touch there, and players seem to make much better runs now depending on the tactic you use. I mean, bizarrely I'm using tiki-taka.
He's got the ball glued to his feet. Chance! He's off on a marauding run. Oh,
but I really like the movement of players, and especially the fact that defenders track players properly, which would be a nightmare for defending in some ways, but an absolute blessing as well, because it means that you can actually step players in properly. They might alter it a little bit.
He's making good use of his strength there, just refuses to be out-muscled.
Yeah, so I mean, if you look, I'm just running into him. Normally, if you...
Well, one moment there was a little bit of space they could have worked with, but the next it was shut down, and it was shut down extremely well.
I'm always pressing the pass button. It's all like the pass button. Yeah, so I'll let them run at me. So because I always think it's good, you can see how a game plays with the AI.
This is wary about opposition pace. So
if you look, if I just...
Yeah, they know that if they step up, their keeper could get a whole lot busier.
Okay. So I think normally if you just run into a player, you can win the ball quite easily. I mean, I did then, but he was stood still. I think that's quite a good difference in the game. Is you can't, the AI doesn't win the tackle like that. It doesn't appear.
Away from immediate danger.
That was my biggest problem with FIFA and PES, the fact that AI would just win the ball randomly. Yeah, skills definitely feel a lot more fluid, and that's brilliant because they were a bit of a mess. It's quite easy to foul people with the slide tackle.
Well, that's a foul.
Like
Free
that.
kick
You shouldn't really do it from the side. There's a good chance you get sent off.
Well, sometimes a loose foul can trigger a completely different spell of play.
Yeah,
makes
it
even
was.
less sense.
But that's because I'm a gamer. That's because I decided to play like a gamer. When I played like a footballer, it was a bit tough at times. But if you play very mechanically, then you can actually do quite well on 16 and just beat the top player. And you know, you've got to also judge whether you think the game is about to shaft you, because the game was really almost. It remains to be seen. I mean, I did actually I found it quite tough playing on the demo. Found a bit unusual. Oh, that's.
Out of play for a goal kick.
But I think that's a little bit to do with the adjustment.
It seems there's going to be a change.
I think that this game you feel like you can't rush quite as much. I found crosses. Yeah, referees do give fouls.
The keeper, he's given it away.
What type of fouls, I can't tell you, because I really feel as though online and offline is so different in giving fouls. I mean, when what I liked is that when I played the demo, it's higher quality opponents that actually made tackles, and I could go around the player and move at the last minute. Generally, it was like that, Mr. Honeymoon. A lot of games I won only 1-0, and then a case. So for instance, I think I can find my blog. But I worked out a way just to beat them, and that was just by using a particular tactic. And every time I used those tactics or those players, and I played a particular way against, you know, Real Madrid or whatever, I'd absolutely thrape them. And I was winning, you know, games 6-7-0. And it was. And it was simply about mechanics. That if you play in this particular style, you recognise when they're about to do something and whack your foul in and not worry about it. It's the way you win those games. And that's a bit sad, but hopefully that's not this game. But I won't find out till I actually have a team that I actually want to use.
It's a long forward
We're farming
pass.
brother first. The player making players move feels a lot more responsive. I really like it, actually. I thought sometimes it was a bit laboured before and players didn't do anything, whereas now players are constantly on the move.
Now can he finish? Goes for goal! In he goes again! It's anyone's ball.
Well, when the keeper
Brilliant. Super cancel works well.
And again, they pile on the misery.
Listen, when you're on an invitation to improve your goal difference, why he's on?
I tell you what might be a problem this year, high cross. You know, early cross is always a bit of a funny one, but high cross seems really nice this year. I haven't really crossed properly since probably FIFA 14. I changed my style just for fun. It didn't suit me very well, crossing as well. I try and play a bit more of a varied game.
Loose. Danger averted for now.
Yeah, the jockey works well, actually, surprisingly.
Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Keeper's got good distance on that.
You know, passes around the back seem to work really well around the back of defenders' legs, and I really like that because sometimes on the old game, on 16, it just didn't feel that way at all.
Poorly executed. Whistle's gone. That's foul.
Oh wow, that's good as well. So the
And
computer
that will
takes a
be
free
the
kick a lot
final
quicker than
act.
it used to.
A demolition, destruction,
So we'll just go through the training,
annihilation.
so I think it's quite a
They
useful
simply
thing for
ran
people to
away
see.
with it. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, tactically, they looked as if they got that spot on. I think when you push up at the back to the extent they did, then there must be a pressure on the ball ahead of things. Otherwise, your whole system is going to break down. And I think there was a good discipline about what they
Have a
did,
quick
really,
look at the
in
highlight
affecting
screen
that.
in case anyone wants to see.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim
Okay,
Beglin.
yeah, you can just
and
save
from
the one
us
highlight then
tonight,
as they
a
are.
very good evening to
Like
one and
the
all.
old. I don't think it works yet. And also, I've got work to do. Oh, work. Okay, so let's see if we can have a look at this. Have I put any new players in? No, okay, but let's have a look. Who's gone up from level 3 to 5? Okay, so these guys have gone up 2 and 3. So before, I had a player that went up from level 1 to 3, and they went up in a different stat to someone else who went up from 1 to 3. So if we look here, Cahill has gone. Cahill hasn't increased his goalkeeping, whereas for some reason, Hauser has. And they've both only gone up from level 2 to 3. It also looks like experience points are relative to the quality of opposition you play. So before on regular, when I won a game, I got 250 experience points. Now I'm only getting 135. Wiggins, who scored, got 202, so he must have got... Right, well, I just wanted to... I'll have a little divisions match, but I really just wanted to record this so that people could see how, what they were getting into. Okay, so it's on. Right. Unless anyone's got anything they want to see now, I might not have covered. I am going to do some work. But hopefully somebody's got some use out of this video. Perhaps you're thinking about buying the game. Sorry I couldn't show you my getting any of players, but that's life. Have a wonderful PES, and perhaps I'll be back. Keep safe. Nice to answer your questions, Honeymoon, and everyone else. Have a good day.